Hi everyone, Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone is having a nice Thursday morning. Going to see a fairly quiet weather day today, at least here in Nebraska. Again, very active day yesterday down to our south and east. Unfortunately, a number of tornadoes occurred and had injuries and fatalities. And unfortunately, those same areas are going to continue to see very active weather and stormy weather as we head in really over the next several days. And we're going to talk about that. Talk about a quieter pattern kind of setting up for us here in Nebraska and across the immediate area. But overall, again, kind of spring-like for us over the next several days. Jumping right in, though, kind of feet first here, I want to start with a look at not something we don't necessarily look at all the time. I want to look at the upper-level pattern. Again, this is the upper-level jet stream, and again, upper-level heights. And again, this is what kind of steers our weather patterns. And again, you'll notice that big dip in the upper-level pattern across the western, almost half of the country. That's an upper-level trough. It's been there for the last day or so. Again, it's led to some of the active weather we've seen over the last 24 to 48 hours. And again, as we head over the next several days, we're going to continue to stay in a very troughy sort of pattern. So move forward in time. Again, go over the next several days here. That trough doesn't really move a whole lot. So again, weather is going to stay fairly seasonal, if not below average. Again, with that big dip in the jet stream, that's going to allow some cooler air to continue to kind of spill out of Canada. So again, temperatures seasonal, if not a few degrees below normal. Also with that track, we're going to continue to see active weather, especially again, kind of down from parts of East Texas through Arkansas, up into Tennessee, Kentucky, up towards the Michigan area, up to the Great Lakes. That's where the active storm track is going to be with this pattern. So again, we went from Thursday there. This is to noon on Saturday. So again, over the next several days, remaining pretty busy for us, especially again for areas down to our south and to our east as we continue to move forward in time. That trough, again, very slowly continues to make its way across the country. So this is midday on Monday, and still have that negatively tilted trough stretching from the Great Lakes down towards parts of Texas. So even into the upcoming weekend and even into early next week, weather pattern looks like it's going to stay on the busy side. And then as we head towards the week next week, what we start to see emerge is a changing weather pattern. And we're going to start to see a ridge of high pressure aloft begin to build in the west. And what that's going to do is that's going to lead to warmer and drier weather emerging as we head towards late next week into the following weekend. But again, that will be for the western and kind of central sections of the state. Meanwhile, the eastern third of the country, I should say western, central and western parts of the country. Meanwhile, the eastern parts of the country looks like they would stay a bit on the active side. Make sure here. So again, weather pattern, again, going to stay busy for us over the next several days, but sort of a changing weather pattern is what we're going to be watching for, especially as we head into the week next week. And so again, with the pattern that we've had, it's been very busy, especially last night into the overnight hours. These are all the tornado warnings that we had between yesterday and so far today. And again, 290 of them across the country. And again, a lot of those centered across parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. But again, you had an outrageous number of tornado warnings and just extremely active day across those areas yesterday. Again, this is where we saw the high risk for severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center. Again, that's 5 out of 5. We had talked yesterday morning. They were looking at the potential for a tornado outbreak, and unfortunately that is the forecast that verified. And so a number of tornado warnings issued yesterday across those areas. And unfortunately, as we head into the day today, more severe weather is expected in those areas. Again, have an enhanced risk for severe weather from northeast Texas through Arkansas into parts of Tennessee. Again, across some areas that were already hammered by severe weather yesterday. So again, they're going to be dealing with more bumpy weather as we head through the day today. On Friday, again, same areas almost under the threat for additional areas of strong to severe thunderstorms. And again, into the day on Saturday, almost the exact same areas day after day after day. So again, historic sort of stretch of weather for some of these areas that have already been hit very hard yesterday. And unfortunately, more could be coming as we head over the next several days. Not just severe weather, but historic rainfall is expected across these areas as well. This is the flash flood threat for the day today. And again, almost those same areas that had all the tornado warnings last night into early parts of this morning. Again, they could be dealing with extremely heavy rain as we had not only through the day today, through the day on Friday, and into the day on Saturday, where we have moderate to high risks for flash flooding in those areas. Over the next several days, rainfall amounts could be upwards of 8, 9, 10, 11, even 12 inches of rain as we head over the next 72 to 96 hours. So again, keep those folks in mind as we head over the next couple of days. Again, our weather is going to be, generally speaking, pretty quiet, especially compared to some of the other areas across the country. Again, especially parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, into parts of Indiana. Again, they could be dealing with an incredible amount of weather over the coming days. As far as us back here at home, our weather headlines as we head into the day on our Thursday, look for a fairly seasonal day today. Not going to be nearly as breezy as it was the last couple days. We are watching for some scattered showers throughout the day on Friday. Again, this continues to look like it would be mainly impacting the western sections of the state. Here in Lincoln, the forecast kind of feels like it continues to trend maybe a little bit drier for us through the day on Friday. And then kind of like I mentioned at the very beginning, a warm and dry pattern emerging as we head into the week. Next week is something we're keeping an eye on. Pretty quiet out there right now as we look out on sky views from across the state. A few clouds out there. Here in Lincoln, we can see some blue sky. A little bit on the chilly side this morning as we started our day. Upper 30s right now at the studios and at the Lincoln Airport. Calm wind being reported right now across the Tempest stations in the Lincoln Metro. Temperatures in the 30s to near 40 degrees in a few spots. A little bit cooler, I think, in the southern and southeastern parts of town where it's lower to middle 30s, middle to upper 30s for the northern side of town. Across the state, temperatures ranging from the upper 20s to the upper 30s for most. Falls City's the warm spot at 42 degrees. Winds after a blustery day yesterday are extremely light, generally less than 5 miles an hour across much of the state, if not dead calm. We factor in that wind, again, even those light winds, we have wind chills again, upper 20s to upper 30s. Satellite radar picture. No moisture on the board right now. Things are pretty quiet for us. If we look at the visible satellite imagery, again, we can see some cloud cover kind of streaming across the state, especially across parts of southern and southeastern Nebraska. But again, a lot of sunshine, a lot of blue sky for a good chunk of the state overall. I think today we're going to see a little bit of a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. If we zoom out and look at a regional view, again, we can see more areas of showers, thunderstorms still ongoing down across parts of Oklahoma. Again, into those areas that have already seen a lot of weather over the last 24 to 36 hours. If you zoom out even further, look at a national view, again, have those showers, thunderstorms stretching from parts of Oklahoma all the way up kind of through the Appalachians and then up into parts of New England where you have some snow across parts of Maine and then into parts of southeastern Canada as well. So if we look at our weather alerts, again, we can still see those flood watches. Those were there yesterday, again, across much of Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. Those are the areas that we just looked at a second ago that are going to likely see some historic rainfall over the next several days. Meanwhile, here at home, again, no weather alerts in place for us across Nebraska as our weather should be pretty quiet over the next several days. So we check out Skycast. Again, we're going to see, I think, a mix of sunshine and cloud cover as we head through the day today. All the active weather, again, is going to stay down mainly to our south and to our southeast. As we head into this evening, though, we're going to start to see some increasing chances for some scattered rain across the western sections of the state. And that's going to continue as we head into the day on Friday. Earlier this week, it looked like this rain could be a little bit more widespread, but now it's looking like it's going to be much more scattered as we head through the day on Friday. But regardless, it looks like we're going to see kind of a mainly cloudy and gray day on Friday across the state. Winds maybe just a little bit on the breezy side at times, but some isolated to widely scattered off and on rain is going to be possible across the state through the day on Friday. And again, meanwhile, most of our moisture that we could see is going to be getting sucked up by, again, the rounds of severe weather that are going to be occurring to our south and east. That's one of the reasons why our forecast is kind of trending a little bit drier. The available moisture and the available energy in the atmosphere is going to be sucked up and sapped by that severe weather that's going to be down to our south and east repeatedly over the next several days. So again, as we head through the day on Friday, look for a mainly cloudy day, a little bit on the blustery side, again, with some light rain across the state through the day. And then as we head into the day on Saturday, I think, again, a little bit on the breezy side, for us across the state, but I think mostly sunny skies with dry conditions as we start the weekend. So if we zoom in, take a closer look, statewide view through the day today, we'll call it variable cloudiness, but we'll start to see some chances for some moisture in western Nebraska as we head into this afternoon, into this evening. In eastern Nebraska, we should be dry. I think by 10 o'clock tonight, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies across the state. Again, still seeing some areas of light rain in the west and southwestern parts of the state, and then some scattered light rain kind of moves across the state through the day on Friday. Mostly cloudy skies, kind of a gray day for us. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler than normal. But again, I think here in Lincoln and southeastern Nebraska, generally dry through most of the day on Friday, but we won't rule out again maybe some patchy drizzle, maybe some patchy mist at times. And again, can't rule out a passing light shower or two. And then into the day on Saturday, a little bit on the blustery side, but we should see skies clear out, mostly sunny skies across the state through the day on Saturday, and likely will continue that trend as we head into the day on Sunday. So precipitation amounts for us here in Nebraska as we head through about noon on Saturday. Southwestern Nebraska looks like they could see the highest amounts. They could see maybe up to a half an inch of moisture as we head over the next several days. Meanwhile, as you get across the northern and eastern tier of the state, we're going to be looking at much lighter amounts. Again, here in Lincoln and across much of eastern Nebraska, I think generally we're looking at less than a tenth of an inch of moisture as we head over the next several days. The Tri-Cities, again, maybe could see up to around a quarter of an inch. North Platte, maybe around a quarter to half an inch. Again, across the northern tier of the state, Sandhills into northwestern Nebraska, I think up to around a tenth to maybe a quarter inch of rainfall is going to be possible as we head over the next several days. As far as temperatures, though, again, today will be a little bit cooler in the west. They're going to have more cloud cover through the day today. Also seeing those showers move into the area later today, upper 40s and low 50s. With a little bit more sunshine, we should see temperatures in the mid to upper 50s for eastern Nebraska. Here in Lincoln, we're going to go for 59, which is a few degrees below where we should be for early April, but pretty close to seasonal for us. Low temperatures into Friday morning with some cloud cover moving in. Should be propped up a little bit, mid to upper 30s to right around 40 degrees for lows into Friday morning. And then Friday afternoon, again, with cloudy skies across the state, that's going to hold temperatures down. A little chilly in the west there. Temperatures only in the mid to upper 30s in the Panhandle, otherwise mid 40s to mid 50s across much of the 10-11 coverage area. Cold into Saturday morning, upper teens and low 20s in the west, reaching the low 30s here in the east. 33 here in Lincoln, 28 in Grand Island, 22 in North Platte Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, again, while the sun will come back out, it will be a cooler, chilly day with high temperatures only reaching the upper 40s and low 50s. Sunday morning will be cold. Again, this is why, also don't want to put any plants in the ground just yet. It'll be temperatures down into the low to mid 20s across the state into Sunday morning. So again, I can't put the plants in the ground just yet. We're getting close, but not just yet. 25 the low Sunday morning in Lincoln, 24 for Grand Island, Hastings, and Kearney, 22 again in North Platte. Temperatures do rebound a little bit on Sunday. It should be a nice day, seasonal day. Low 60s across the state for the day on your Sunday. Into Monday morning, upper 20s and low 30s for lows, but then a little bit cooler again on Monday with highs in the upper 40s, low 50s for eastern and northeastern Nebraska, 60s on Monday in western and southwestern sections of the state. 7-day forecast. Again, you can see our best chance for rain is going to come on Friday. Again, we're going to say 50%. We wondered if maybe we should lower that a little bit. It doesn't look like rainfall amounts would be that much. Again, pretty light rainfall amounts. Again, breezy but dry on Sunday. And then temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s Sunday, low 50s Monday, back to near seasonal on Tuesday. And then we start to see that warmer pattern emerging mid to late next week, back to the low 70s by next Wednesday. And you can see on that 10-day forecast that warmer pattern emerging as we head towards the middle and end of the week next week, with temperatures back into the 70s and even low 80s through the second half of the week next week and into next weekend. Precip chances, again, are going to be highest in the southwest today, and then across western and southwestern Nebraska tomorrow. But then after that, chances for any moisture are pretty slim overall as we head over the next week to 10 days across the state. We'll keep an eye on next Wednesday for a small chance for some moisture across the state, but overall, again, things are pretty quiet for us. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This takes us through a good chunk of mid-April, April 10th through April 16th. Favors above-average temperatures across the region as that upper-level ridge moves across the country, and also favors drier-than-normal conditions across the region as well, again, as that upper-level ridge moves across the country. So, again, Generally speaking, pretty quiet weather for us expected over not only the next several days, but over the course of the next week to 10 days. Again, temperatures will be a little bit up and down. We'll watch for some scattered rain starting tonight and then into the day on Friday. But again, certainly folks just down to our south and east, again, Arkansas, parts of southern, southeastern Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky. We'll want to keep those folks in mind over the next several days. Many of those areas already hit very hard from storms last night. And again, looks like they'll see repeated rounds of severe weather and areas of heavy rain over the next several days as well. So again, not a good situation for them. So we'll keep an eye on the situation down there. But again, as always, keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all of your latest forecast details. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. I hope everyone has a nice Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow.